Winter days can present some of the best flying, but it's also a time to be aware of how the cold weather can affect your aircraft. Now, making sure that the airframe is clear of ice or snow is one of the first rules, but there are some other less obvious things that can have a big effect on safe flying.
Taking care of your aircraft during the winter months requires special attention on the ground. For example, when overnight temperatures drop to below zero, oil can become too thick for the pump to circulate it. So before starting, the first thing you should do is to preheat your engine to warm the oil and allow it to circulate freely and reduce wear and tear on your engine. Before takeoff, make sure your engine temperatures and pressures are in the green. In flight, avoid running the engine for prolonged periods of time at idle RPM. Leave some power on, even on approach, to keep the engine warm. And to ensure your aircraft runs at the proper temperature in flight, consult the pilot's operating handbook for installing the recommended engine baffles. It's also possible to encounter fuel problems in winter. When daily temperatures vary above and below freezing, condensation is inevitable in half-filled tanks. Ice crystals can form and remain suspended in your fuel, which can block the fuel lines and cause a loss of power. To reduce condensation, always top up the tanks after flying. After refueling, wait a few minutes for any water to settle before checking and draining the water from the fuel tanks. And before flight, check the fuel for water. Ice crystals can be hard to spot, but are apparent with careful inspection. As part of your pre-flight, check to ensure ice hasn't jammed any of the controls or landing gear, where slush can easily accumulate and clog wheels or brakes. And when you're finished for the day, install your pitot and static covers, because ice-clogged lines can result in inaccurate airspeed and altitude readings.
Finally, don't forget to prepare yourself as well. Dress for the cold weather and carry an emergency kit on board. A little bit of maintenance for you and your aircraft will always lead to safe and enjoyable winter flying.